Hello, welcome to IDD Talks. My name is Anastasia Larina and I greetings you from Lachin district of Azerbaijan. Today we have a very special guest from Switzerland, Ventzeslav Sabev, Deputy General Secretary, Geneva Geostrategic Observatory. Warm welcome to our program.
Thank you. Thank you again for inviting me.
Thank you very much. So you are coming from Switzerland, the country which is quite famous by its green policy. And being in Azerbaijan, the country which is also quite successfully implementing different kind of projects related to renewables, what's your opinion and where do you think the experience of Switzerland can be beneficial for Azerbaijan?
Well, when you say I'm coming from Switzerland, I have the impression to be back in Switzerland. Frankly, when I see here and the landscape and the quality of the green and even the housing, the type of houses, I feel home. It is my Lachin definitely looks like Switzerland, and I even asked about ski slopes around. So I definitely feel home. I feel even in a better home because the air is even cleaner because there is no industries nearby, which will change in the sense that from tabula rasa, from which we start here in the entire Karabakh region, there is a unique opportunity to take the best technologies available. And probably here are two characteristics that Karabakh has and no other region maybe in the world has. First, the return of and the arrival of well-trained people. It's not the return of the old people 30 years later. That's impossible. You need people who are committed, who are resilient, who are dedicated, who are well-trained, younger and older people together. That's the first criteria of sustainability, the people. The second criteria is the state-of-the-art technologies. And this is a field where indeed, and thank you for raising that, Switzerland can be an asset in the process of developing the region, is on the technology transfers. And we already discussed yesterday during the meeting with the President and this morning here in Lachin that we can involve universities and research centers in Switzerland which have a very developed applied research mechanism involving startups, investors, which can collaborate with academic and research institutions in Baku, and in that sense accelerate technology transfers involving energy companies. I don't name them, but the big ones that are active here. And in that sense, it's a win-win-win situation for the researchers in Switzerland, the researchers in Azerbaijan, the startups, the angel investors and the energy companies. And I think in that sense Switzerland has a very interesting model of speeding up and scaling up research.
Wonderful. But we still have one problem, mines. And the mining, that's what Azerbaijan has been doing for decades, I will say. After the liberation of the territories, this program became even more visible. Therefore, I know that you are also being actively involved in this issue of demining. How do you see the progress achieved by Azerbaijan, and where and how you see the government should be more concentrated on?
Indeed, Azerbaijan has done a lot in a very short period of time with limited resources, because it's not only to buy the engines. And yesterday the President Aliyev answered the question and said it's training of people. We need a lot of people to clean hundreds of thousands of mines that we even don't know where they are. So what has been done? Negotiating with the Armenian side, so having a line of dialogue on the process of normalization, which allows to have more transparency and trust on the location of the mines. Second, access to the best technologies, affordable technologies, i.e. not the most expensive ones on the market. Fourth, achieving trust with donors, and that means also potential economic partners who are ready to associate demining with economic development, and fifth, training of personnel. You are doing that already in a very successful way, but indeed more collaboration with Western European countries, the European Union, but Switzerland as well, is important to be accelerated, because economic development needs that as a prerequisite. And one thing that Geneva can be also involved is the link between humanitarian law, humanitarian human rights protection, and demining, because these three things are related. You need to protect the health through demining, you liberate the opportunity for economic development, and you free the potential for sustainable development. So this is a chain, and in that sense we should help from there.
I know that Azerbaijan and Switzerland are also willing to cooperate in the preparation for COP29 to be held in November 2024. Great event which will gather together around 10,000 participants from all around the globe. Where do you see Switzerland can also assist if it's needed Azerbaijan? What are your personal expectations from this conference to be held in Baku this time, and how it will also foster the work of the governments on the green agenda?
Well, that's the whole stake that we are summarizing here. The most important is not to repeat what has been done, but build on top of it. So take the best from the past, and that's why this troika, which is active now with the UAE and Brazil, the next COP30 organizer, is very important. So you capitalize and you leverage on the best that has been done.
You share the experience
and you share the experience, you take even the previous COP, so you don't reinvent the wheel. So you focus on what is new. And what is new? Look at the geography. This is probably the first time over the last few years that a COP will be organized in a new center of the world. Kind of, the center of gravity is moving eastwards, and South Caucasus is in the center of this new world. A new world order, and also a new geographical epicenter. Out of here, interconnectivity is key. Interconnectivity of people, of cultures, of values, of histories, of ethnicities, of technologies, of knowledge, and of energy grids. And in that sense, that interconnectivity is where Azerbaijan can make a real difference in saying this is how we play best, using all these assets, from people to countries to resources to energy capabilities and infrastructure. We can do that best to coordinate. And this is a real asset to prove that you can play a central role only 30 years after major political achievements, only a few months after a liberating war, that you can make a difference in innovation.
From your personal experience, how the work on green energy, renewables, foster the economic development of the countries?
Today, if you don't have first sustainable development goals embedded in your development strategy, you are deemed to fail. And SDGs is about social development, education, and environmental protection. So this is part of any development plan. It's about well-being. More and more, and I hope COP29 will reflect that, health is a fundamental dimension of the COP discussions. So green is not only about breathing a nicer air, it's not about leisure, it's about saving lives and preserving the biodiversity and keeping our planet in the way all resources that are available and that are given to us. And so that's leveraging on the best we have again. Again, COP29 is about sharing the good news. Sharing the good news that we are in the center of a region, that from here we are sharing the peace developments, that is the result of a peace process which is successful, and successful exchanges including on technologies. So taking the best sharing the best, not being shy of being confident and proud of the success, and really be sure that the PR that is being now done goes into that direction. But we need to involve all stakeholders, including IDD.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.